Thanks for coming along today. We're here to celebrate the guys who are currently in the shed, and we'll bring them out to meet you. First up, we'll deal with the formalities of the day, which I think is the most important part, which is the naming of our latest members of the Australian Olympic team for Tokyo 2020. I was in Canberra yesterday and had the pleasure of doubling our team size announced from 7 to 15 when we named the artistic swim team. Today we continue to grow. After that, I'll pause, give the athletes some relief, and if there's any other matters that anybody wants to address, I'll address them then. And then we'll allow you to talk to the athletes as well. So it's a really important day for Australian athletes that we announced today, because this is the start of their official journey to Tokyo 2020. And Australia is going to have a very large team over there, and we're delighted. I think we'll have the largest ever team to be away for Australia. We had the biggest team, of course, ever here in Sydney. The next biggest team was 482 in Athens in 2004. I think we're well on target to get to around that 480, maybe a bit more mark, and have our largest away team ever. For us at the Australian Olympic Committee, that's a great thing, because the more Olympians in our community, the better. They're all outstanding people, and they go back to their old schools, their clubs, their communities, their cities, and inspire the next generation of athletes to come through. And whether they get those athletes go on to become Olympians or not, they're inspired to be better than they are today. Under 150 days to go at last, 148 days they tell me to the start of Tokyo on July 24, and we're adding, as I said, 4 more athletes today. One who's back for a second games, which is an extraordinary achievement, a dual Olympian, and 3 new ones. And it brings the total of 7 people that we have now named in the sailing team for the Australian Olympic team. The athletes today join Matt Belcher and Will Ryan in the 470s, and also Matt Wern in the laser category. So it's going to be a very strong team again that we take away to the Olympic Games. Sailing has such a proud history in Australia, doesn't it? Here we are, a land surrounded by water, and you know, even for someone like myself who spent most of my life in winter sports, many of you will know I was chef commissioner of 6 winter teams. Sailing is part of Australian life, and people across the generations have become household names. Like, go back to someone like Jock Sturrock, who was big for my parents when I was growing up. Obviously, he was a 4-time Olympian. You've got James Hardy, who was obviously an Olympian, then inspired America's Cup campaign. Even today, I see over there Ian Murray, who was another man who was part of that incredible campaign, but an Olympian as well. So such a strong history motivating Australians right around this country, and of course across many generations. You know, what's pretty tough being a starter, I think, is the fact that there's so much competition within Australia for the spots. It's remarkably tough to actually make the Australian team, because so often in the classes we have two people, 2 groups fighting for the one spot. Australia can only have 1 spot per class, and yet we so often have so many world-class sailors. So those that make it have really put themselves in a special place. I'd like to acknowledge the great work of Sailing Australia, who have really put in so much to make this possible. We've got several board members here today who I've already met and chat with. Daniel Belcher, President of the Federation. So Daniel, welcome to you. We'll hear from you later on. Ben Houston, CEO, and bringing his great energy to the organisation as well. Mark Bethwaite is also here, and he's a 2-time Olympian in the Flying Dutchman class back in 72 and 76, and this apparently is his local area. So good luck to you, Mark. I wish this was my local area too. Very nice place to be. It's also important that we recognise not only the work that Sailing Australia has done, but our national and our state institutes that have supported these athletes along the way, and we thank them for their contribution to make this day possible as well. Ian and his high performance staff have put in an enormous amount of work, and I think that's the key message, and I'm sure the athletes get this, you know, it's the team behind the team that really helps them to be able to do what they do and do so well. So to all the high performance staff with Ian, to the family and friends who I know sacrifice so much, mum and dad's driving kids around in all sorts of places and all sorts of time of the day, really does make an amazing difference to their lives and obviously to our team. Before moving on and actually announcing the athletes today, I'd like to welcome Daniel Belcher, President of Sailing Australia, to say a few words. Cheers.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ian. I'd like to start by welcoming everyone through to the Double Bay Sailing Club. As Ian indicated, this is not only a laser powerhouse but also the spiritual home of Mark Bethwaite, 72-76 Olympian. I'd like to acknowledge and thank the AOC for their support, in particular Ian Chesterman, Chef de Mission, and also echo his earlier comments around the support that we received through from the Australian Institute of Sport and our State Institute partners. I'd also like to echo the comments and congratulate Ian Murray on the team on the support that they've provided. Even though today is around the success of the athletes, their accomplishments can't have been achieved without the engine that sits behind them, both family, friends, as well as their other squad mates and competitors. Selection for the athletes today marks the accumulation of decades worth of trials and tribulations. As Ian indicated, one of the hardest things athletes can do is actually make the national team. To actually get to this stage is often not a linear process. Together with Ian and the coaches and the high performance team, these athletes have overcome many obstacles. There's been moments of elation, moments of tears, and it is with an immense amount of pride that today they're going to make that transition through from an aspiring athlete to an Olympian. And so on behalf of the Australian community, we wish you the best of luck, and ultimately you should feel a sense of pride because we're all immensely proud. Congratulations, and thank you very much.
Thanks, Daniel. Well, you start here. Let's do this, shall we? Let's name them.
Let's do it.
Okay. 4 athletes today. Let's do the 49er class first, shall we? An extraordinary moment for them. We'll get out the happy coats, which are very nicely supplied by our great sponsor ASIC, so a bit of a nice combination of Japanese tradition and green and gold for Australia. And also delighted that I'm able to present them with their Qantas boarding pass to get on that plane heading over to Tokyo. So first up, let's get out Will Phillips, and I reckon we should probably do them together for 2 reasons. One, they're in the boat together, so come on out, Sam Phillips as well. Ladies and gentlemen. Thanks, Ian. For those of you who are really switched on, you'll notice they share a surname. 4 years apart, and I'll leave you to guess which one's the oldest. Will's got a few years on his brother, but it's a fantastic achievement for the family, but also a great achievement for each of those individuals to be able to stand here today named in the 2020 Australian guys. Next up we have the 49er FX class. There's a bit of a family tradition going here because I'll name Jaime Ryan first and ask her to come out. Her brother Will is already selected for the team. Jaime, of course, has already been to Olympic Games in 2016, and she is going to compete this time with a new partner, Tess, Lloyd, making her debut in the Olympic team. Congratulations. gentlemen, our latest members of the Olympic team.
And 3/4 of them are Victorian.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't want to be parochial, but I think I really am a Victorian. It's good. Okay, I'm going to have a quick word to a couple of you guys. Are you both going to speak over here? Come over here. Who's going to speak?
Will's the
spokesman. Will's the spokesman. Come on through so the mics to pick you up. Congratulations, firstly, but I mean it's a very special thing to be named in the team, but it must make it even more special being a photographer.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's great for me because I can go sailing, which I really enjoy doing, but it is extra special to be able to do it with Sam and to get the family and have them come along the journey, which we've been a part of the whole way through. So it's a special moment for the family, the supporters, and our friends.
And obviously now the focus moves to Enoshima, which is the site of the 1964 sailing and the site where Australia won its first ever gold medal. You've had a really competitive build up to this point. You know the area pretty well over there. What are your thoughts going into the games?
Yeah, it'll be a huge challenge for us with the conditions over there. I think we're expecting quite big waves and it's pretty open ocean in Enoshima, so I think we'll just have to do a bit of preparation in conditions that are quite similar, which we can find in Sydney, offshore a little bit, and then we can also get to the venue quite early, and that'll hold us in really good stead for the competition at the end of July.
Good stuff. Go and relax now. I'll get the 49FX team up. Come on, girls. You can use pretty good. You want some nice and close in the mic. Move on up. Come on in. Don't be shy. Congratulations, first of you. Second games. That's a pretty significant achievement. Today must mean a lot to you.
It does. It's a huge honour every time we get to represent the country, and to do it under the banner of the Olympics is something really special.
And you've got a new partner this time. From all reports, you gel very well.
We do. We've been sailing together for 2 years, but we just sort of clicked together really well straight away. We've been learning every day we go on the water, and we're going to continue that, I think.
And for you, first time at the games, it must be a big thrill, but to have that great camaraderie in the boat is obviously very important. We'll be looking forward to Tokyo.
Yeah, it's been a long journey and it's really exciting to be going to the games with Jaime and having her experience and my skill background is a really good match.
Terrific. Well, the media will talk to you more later, but thank you very much and congratulations again.
Thank you.